Oh, you really like your potassium, don't you, Sonic 06? It's really, really good for you. Yes, keep eating it up and soon you will all turn into really good Sonic games. Ooh. Hello there! Oh, you just caught me. I'm busy feeding my terrible and not very good Sonic games. Anyway, now that you're here, you might remember a couple of weeks ago, we took a look at this. Yes, it's the King Ice Diamond Shadow Drip, also known as the Drip. Well, after that last video, His Highness King Ice said, "Hey, peasant, you did a good job, so we're going to send you the next Sonic Drip. Please review it." And here it is! Well, this isn't it. This is a box. The actual thing's inside it. But anyway, here it is. So they've sent it over, and let's take a look inside and see what it is. Ooh. It's a golden supersonic head. Holy shit! So I've got the new drip now, and since my camera wants to focus on everything except the shiny, shiny, drippy, drippy drip, let's take a closer look at this, shall we? But before we do that, I have to mention something very important. And every ounce of your being and body is going to say, skip it, skip it, skip it, skip it, click ahead in the timeline, click ahead in the timeline, skip it, skip it, skip it. But no, you must not. You must not skip this section, because this section is going to tell you how to save a hell of a lot of money if you intend to pick up this particular drip or any of the Sonic drips. So yeah, you might want to watch this section. And with that out of the way, it's time for the sponsorship disclaimer. Yay! So I'd like to thank King Ice for sponsoring this video, and as a thank you to viewers of this channel, they've provided us with a unique discount code, which, yes, does indeed work on their line of Sonic shiny goodness. If you enter Badnik Mechanic at checkout and use the link in the video description, you will save up to a huge 31% off your order. No, really, my code will save you up to 31% on nearly everything in their store, and yes, it even works on the new Sonic items. So, if you want to get your hands on a golden supersonic, or a black diamond Shadow the Hedgehog, or even the Chow pendants, which I personally think might be the best ones, and want to save yourself a huge chunk of money in the process, head over to King Ice using the link in the video description, or enter my referral code at checkout, and get yourself the drip. With that out of the way, let's take a very close look at the drip. The Super Drip. Starting off with the box as always, if you saw the Shadow the Hedgehog pendant video, the packaging hasn't really changed. We still have the cool golden Sonic silhouettes, as well as the King Ice logo along the side. It opens up like something from Indiana Jones, and you're greeted with the golden supersonic head. And if you are a 19th century English archaeologist / grave robber, congratulations, you've now been cursed and the mummy is out to get you. But before you do get cursed by the mummy, let's take a close look at the pendant itself. The pendant is 14 karat gold plated with white, black and standard gold. There are 1011 individual diamond simulant stones, and yes, this means that we have a supersonic head that looks like it's made from actual diamonds. The detail on this is simply stunning. When you look at Sonic's mouth, you can really see how careful they've been. It's a slightly different colour tone to his fur. It's not immediately noticeable at first. It's such a subtle colour tone change that it really does show the level of care that went into making this. He's also got 2 individual red stones that make up each of his eyes. It really is some fine work. It's not any less detailed or lower in quality than, say, the Shadow pendant I showed you previously. In fact, if I'm being hypercritical with this, I can't really find anything that's an obvious flaw or inaccuracy to the character's design. King Ice have really nailed it once again. But here's the thing though, once you actually have the drip, what do you actually do with it? You end up looking as cool as I do, of course. Yes, the drip means that your days of being lonely are over. Soon, maidens and milords will flock to your location.
5 hours later.
I've always wanted to do that joke. Okay, so we did this exact same joke before in the previous King Ice unboxing video, but the point actually still does stand. Say you are the owner of the drip, or you want to get the drip. What do you do if you work in an environment which means it's not really appropriate to wear the drip? What do you do with it then? Well, fortunately, it seems that King Ice themselves are becoming more aware of this issue, because when they launched this, they actually came up with some pretty cool ideas to display this themselves. So let's take a look at them. And yes, this is still a really terrible location to film in. What the hell was I thinking? The sun is that bright, it's lighting this up. The camera is so over-focused you can't actually see the thing. What the hell is going on? First of all, the box itself is designed in a way that it becomes a sort of display stand for the actual pendant itself. It's not perfect, but it is an option. But much like we did with the Shadow the Hedgehog pendant, if you take the pendant out and leave it on a reflective surface, like say a mirror, bonus points if you can make it rotate, and then shine a bright light directly over it, the light will reflect multiple times off each gemstone, giving this incredible glistening effect. But King Ice themselves actually produced a really cool launch video to go with the new drip. Holy crap, how they actually displayed these items in that video is something else. As part of the announcement and the release for the new Sonic line, King Ice created their own mini art gallery, and they had each pendant out on display, suspended by a fine thread. It looks almost like each pendant is floating in midair. But hold on a minute, Daddy-O. Me? This is a professionally edited video. There's clearly some special effects and camera trickery going on. There's no way you can pull off a similar illusion to this in your own home. It's impossible and would take loads of work, surely. Well, why don't we try it? So this stuff is known as nylon thread, also known as invisible thread, or magician's thread in magic circles. It's very fine, very thin, almost completely see-through thread. I've used it for a couple of practical special effects on my channel, such as when I was making the Tails doll move across the carpet. It's relatively inexpensive. It costs about probably £1 to £2 from any good old haberdashery shop, but if you are interested in picking it up, there is a link in the video description to an online listing. Anyway, this appears to be the stuff that they're actually using in that video to make the pendants appear as if they're floating off the ground. So could I, using this inexpensive piece of thread that you can pick up literally anywhere, emulate a similar effect? Let's try it out! So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to be holding the invisible thread with my hand. Remember, this isn't designed to be a permanent setup, it's purely to see if we can emulate the effect that we saw in the professional video. So let's see what happens. So it's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty close. This particular thread isn't magician grade, so it will be more noticeable up close. But at a distance, it's not that easy to see, and it certainly looks like it's floating in midair under its own power. In fact, if you can get the background a similar colour to the thread, it's very difficult to see even at close range. Anyway guys, if you are interested in picking up the Supersonic or even the Chow, I highly recommend the Chow. Don't forget to use the link in the video description and also my promotional code BADNIKMECHANIC at checkout. You will save up to 31% off your order, which is a pretty huge saving, especially if you're from abroad, let me tell you. So yeah, don't forget to do that guys and see how much you can save. I've heard some people have been saving several $100s when they've been using it, which is, whoa, that's insane. So yeah, it is definitely worth your time to check it out and see how much money you can save if you're interested in picking up one of the new drips. Anyway guys, please let me know what you think of this little guy down there in the comments, and also don't forget to leave your suggestions as to what other items, like characters or even other objects, like maybe we should get some pin badges or even earrings or rings. What do you think? Because I have heard it that King Ice are considering another wave very, very soon, so let's flood the comments with some ideas. And whoops, he fell down! Hey! Yeah, we're not doing that take again. Anyway guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Please don't forget to leave a like and also smash that subscribe and the bell notification button, because we've got some very, very awesome stuff coming up very soon. And yes, one of those things is I'm getting an early hands-on preview with Sonic Frontiers. Ooh, that should be exciting. But anyway guys, lots of cool stuff coming up very, very soon. So you definitely are not going to want to miss out on that, because something really awesome is on the way. I wonder if we could pose a small teaser of that right now. I wonder if we could pose a small teaser of that right now. Okay, so when I recorded this a couple of days ago, it honestly was my intention right now to play you a small teaser of what it is I've been working on for the last couple of months. In fact, that teaser is here on the other screen. It's, well, to prove it is actually it is here, I'll just quickly scroll through the timeline of it. Look, yeah, it is an actual teaser of something that I've been working on. The problem, though, is I actually think it gives away way too much, and try as I might, I can't really find that balance between showing you too much and showing you too little that you're like, oh, I don't really get what the big deal is, why is this so cool? So I can't really show you it at the moment. That said, you can probably tell just by that clip there, it's something to do with Sonic Adventure 2, and it might have something to do with a certain city that you have to escape from. And considering my last video on Sonic Adventure, it's reasonable to assume that it's something to do with the development of that game. So yeah, that's probably all I can say at the moment. As for what I'll do with this teaser, I'm probably going to upload it so my Patreon supporters can see, so if you are interested and have been considering becoming a Patreon supporter of mine, there's a little incentive to do so. And also, as always, Patreon supporters will get very early access to this video when it's completed. As for when it's completed, in about 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be at the EGX Expo, and I'm going to be playing Sonic Frontiers for the first time, so I'll likely be doing a video on that. So probably sometime after then, I'm hoping this video will be completed and finally uploaded. It's taken way too long to get done. Anyway, so we can actually end on something really, really awesome and not just me failing to make a teaser. Whilst I was finishing off this King Ice video and editing it together, I actually received another package from them. And this was actually something that I'd ordered myself just because I thought it was really cool and awesome and I wanted to pick it up. And that package that turned up was this little guy. So this is the modern Sonic Pendant, and much like the Shadow and the Super Sonic, it is simply stunning. It looks incredible. I absolutely love the blue gemstones that are on it. It really is some very impressive work. So like with everything else that you've seen in this video, yes, my discount code also works on this particular piece as well, and just like all the others, he is equally as cool and as impressive. So if you have been considering picking these up, I highly recommend it. King Ice have been doing some incredible work lately, and I can't recommend them enough. In fact, I highly recommend everything that King Ice have been doing so far. It's been very, very impressive work. I guess that's all I can say. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will see you again next time. Goodbye.